We like to build up all the anticipation.
Wait for it.
Let's say hypothetically that I don't know anything about fly fishing.
Yeah, right?
It was like this instant 8-way man crush.
I'm on the fence.
The time we've been doing this podcast, I've never seen Uncle Buck perk up his butt. It's dolphin procreation. Like you just flipped up out of your chair.
Yeah, he just blew out his blowhole.
What are you talking about?
And that's pretty much my dream coming true is to actually meet you guys.
Yeah. Well, I'm the humblest guy I know.
Humble. Work and do trade shows in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. You meet some pretty wild guys.
You blew it!
I'm the worst PR person ever. Fire me.
Hey, guys, you're listening to the first official In the Current Rutten River Pursuits podcast. Shows about us.
What we're doing currently, right?
Our current status.
Nice.
Yeah, so
That's a clever name, bud. I like it.
it's very current.
That was my idea.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I bet.
I'm pretty sure.
Anytime you start talking about ideas like this, I'm like, let's give it a name. Let's give it a name. This is a good one.
I'm excited because there's no pressure. It's just what we are doing right now and not currently, which we're talking about podcasting.
That'd be a short podcast.
Yeah. Before we kick it off here, I'd really like to say, who's here tonight?
Hey, I'm Ryan.
I'm Steve.
I'm Will.
This is Dave Kyle from Texas.
What?
DK in Texas.
How long?
Oh, yeah.
How long of a flight is that?
That was a few hours. Wasn't bad.
Oh,
Where are you at right now? In Texas.
I am in a parking lot of the hotel, talking to you guys in my my rental car.
You're out in the parking lot right now?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do is yell, "The stars at night are big."
where? Deep in the heart?
Deep in the heart of Texas. I just want to see if anybody would do it.
Yeah.
I think that's just a Pee-wee's Big Adventure, but that's just a Pee-wee thing.
Hey, will you get us
Two Pee-wee's Big Adventure references we had this evening.
Yeah.
Will you get us some pics from the basement of the Alamo?
Of the Alamo.
I'm a little bit far away from there, but I'm on the Texas coast, like in Port Aransas is the town we're staying in, and we're hunting in Rockport.
That's not too far away from our friend who was on the podcast a couple weeks ago.
Casey Bones.
Yeah, Captain Casey Bones.
She's from Rockport, right?
Yeah, yep. We actually launch out of the same area where her guiding operation is.
Dude,
we hunt out of that same area. So, yeah, Goose Island State Park.
That's crazy.
Are you trying to get skinny this week too? Then
we are definitely getting skinny. We got a call last night from the guide, and he was a little worried about how successful we could be today because there wasn't any water in some of the areas he wanted to hunt.
Huh.
So,
why is that? Is that a tide thing or?
It's a tide thing, and I think it's a wind thing.
Oh.
Pushing some water out of the area, but or lack of pushing water into the area. Maybe I'm not exactly sure. We're in the marshlands off the Gulf. We're like a 10-minute drive to the Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
very cool. So, how was your first day? Was it first?
We did a morning hunt, so we hunted till about 11. It was pretty successful. My dad and I were together in a spot. Today we were unguided. We had a guide drop us off with some decoys and some brush material in a location that he liked and thought would be successful. And then he took two other guys to actually guide them, like be with them the whole time. So he dropped us off. It's still dark out. We make a blind on the shoreline, and we get all set up, throw out decoys, and it was pretty successful. We had 2 redheads each and a pintail each, and then I shot a bluebill to round out the day. So
Nice.
Tell us
Yeah.
more about those redheads, bud.
flocks of them.
It's a good thing Phil's not here.
Oh, yeah. He'd perk up.
Man, between you and your dad, you guys were banging redheads this morning. That's fantastic. 2 apiece. 2 at a time.
2 apiece, 2 at a time. Right. Right.
Knocking him down like the Bachelor.
But all the people that are in the group were guided by guys using airboats. So that's a pretty cool experience.
Is it? How fast do those things go?
Probably not as fast as it feels.
Yeah.
It really probably all depends on how many guys are in the boat at a time. We were probably, it felt like it was like 50 miles an hour, probably 30 miles an hour across the marsh this morning. But
Is
yeah,
it miles an hour or knots?
I would say miles an hour. I'm just, like wind blowing in your face, going across the marsh, going pretty fast, very loud. It's just header pipes off it's pretty much a LS engine out of like a Corvette engine.
Nice.
Yeah. So a lot of horsepower, a lot of noise.
Little red Corvette.
So, as far as the red tails go, or redheads rather, you've
back
shot
on
them
the
before,
redheads.
right? Like this
Yeah,
wasn't your first pair of redheads you've gotten.
Yeah, like redheads are pretty common down here. This is kind of this whole area. When I say that, I'm talking about like the 3 towns around it. So probably like an hour's drive distance round trip holds like a wintering zone of redheads, plus a lot of other species of ducks too. Like pintails get down here, and pretty much any of your puddle and any of your diver ducks are down here. But but redheads are very numerous, and it's just like, think of like the Hitchcock movie, The Birds.
Right.
Yeah.
Once in a while we have a flock go by of a couple hundred, and just they're whistling by and going right over you. It's pretty cool experience.
So then, when you compare that to then the duck hunting you get to do around here, you're finding that like comparing that flock that you're seeing to like the diminutive numbers that we've got back this way, is it disappointing when you're home here hunting when you think about stuff like that, or?
Oh, it's disappointing. But like those days, those slow days, or those where you get skunked, make you appreciate this trip even more. And just you know what crazy amount of birds and crazy amount of action is when you come down here compared to hunting on the Eastern Shore. And you get days that can be very comparable to this in Pennsylvania, Maryland, and Delaware, but they're few and far between. And this seems to be pretty consistent.
But how do you miss in like what you described to us in a scene with the birds? How do you miss?
You don't pick out a bird and shoot it.
How do you pick out a bird and like when there's that many?
Small.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, that it sounds funny, but like when you just flock shoot, you're gonna miss. You need to identify a target and lead that target,
That's
and then
been
you'll
my
be
problem all
successful.
along.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Stevie,
if
just
flocks
flock
of
and
like,
shoot.
Yeah.
well, even like like a flock of like 6 ducks. If you don't pay attention to one bird, you're gonna miss.
Yeah. Cool.
So,
Did you guys eat any of them?
not yet. We'll have like a cookout here Saturday.
Oh,
So-
cool. So how long are you going to be there?
We'll hunt. Today's a Thursday. We'll hunt Friday and Saturday and fly back Sunday.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. That's a nice trip then.
Yeah, it's a nice quick trip, but you get a lot of hunting in, fortunately. So
Did we touch on the temperatures yet? What's the weather like down
No,
there?
we didn't.
Like, what are you dealing
you
with
guys
today?
you guys are gonna hate me because
Okay.
today's high.
Just now?
Yeah. Today's high was like 56, 58. Tomorrow's like a high of 62.
That's like 60
think-
degrees warmer than it's supposed to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Yeah.
What's the normal temperature down there this time of year, Dave?
That's about average. It might be a little bit colder.
Okay.
But like last year we were down here. We had one day where we launched. We left the dock and it was like in the 20s.
Oh.
So yeah, it can get cold, but most of the time it's about this temperature most of the time. So
Cool.
Interesting. Phil and I were duck hunting yesterday.
right,
Which is
get some sea duck action
It's
with
a little-
Captain Marc.
it's a little bit different. I mean, ours was single digits.
Was it that cold?
It warmed up to like 35
Warmed up to 35.
towards midday, but heat wave.
Yeah.
It was,
How'd you like shooting out of a boat that's also moving up and down?
I didn't notice that. Like, well, first of all, I'm gonna tell you 100%. We lucked out as far as like for guys that get seasick or car sick.
Yeah.
I've never. I would never have guessed. If you gave me 4 guesses, I would never have guessed you were in the ocean.
Yeah.
Based on the pictures I saw.
Yeah.
I mean,
It was just that flat.
decoys that were out there. It was like on a mirrored pond.
Yeah.
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 It was ridiculous. I mean, there was one point where the wind kind of picked up a little bit, and you had ripples. But it was glass, and I kept reminding myself that like, to the left of me is England.
Right.
It didn't. It was not. I've
never seen the Chesapeake look like that.
Yeah, we weren't sitting on the ocean. Like it was a sheet of glass.
So you guys went out of Ocean City, right?
Yeah. Eastern
Now, could you
Shore.
still see land? Were you within like 3 miles or?
Oh yeah, you could see land. Yep, absolutely. And I've just never experienced anything like that. Like they were just everywhere, and Captain Marc had just gave us an opportunity to have a volley after volley. If we got a couple singles come in, knock those guys down. We had one big volley to start, and we
Clean
missed.
misses all around.
Yeah, we missed right away. But then, like you learn how those birds are so fast.
Yeah, sea ducks move a lot faster than your puddle and diving ducks.
Like they just cover so much ground. They're right on top of you before you know it.
Did it take some time to get used to? Did you have to adjust to that? Since you hunt, ducks around here a lot.
Oh yeah, it's. It's similar, but it's not. Like, but the cool part is you're shooting in the water, so you can be. It's very visible. Where you're kind of if you're shooting behind them, if you're shooting low, shooting high, you can kind of see your spray.
Yeah,
and they're not terribly far off. Like a lot of them are real close to the water, just like I don't even know, like a jet. Just kind of just
skimming across.
Yeah,
cool.
Just buzzing the tower.
Buzzing the tower. Yep. And so it was wonderful. I mean, like I said, you don't see them because we did have a little bit of waves, but like nothing. Like I said, it was just a sheet, but it was enough to conceal the ducks, and they just pop out of nowhere. And you're looking at. There's nothing to hide. There's no trees. There's nothing.
Yeah.
And we just all of a sudden there's a duck.
Now, let's be honest. Did you shoot any decoys?
Probably. I was so jacked up, I'm not focusing on. Sorry, Mark, if you're listening. Last thing I cared about was his decoys. But
How'd Uncle Buck do? Did he get shook up at all? I wish he was here to tell us.
Is he still shook up?
I wish he was too. But man, he is just ear to ear, Cheshire cat, like he says.
You could tell that from the photos.
He is. Sea duck hunting fool, Like some fun stories. He was using the Benelli pump, and just I hate to say it like this, but he was just stroking it like it was a semi. It was a wow. Yeah, it was wonderful, and he doesn't get out like some of us get out, but he was just in his glory.
Yeah.
I talked to him today. He's ready to go again. He wants everybody to go next time. He just didn't have a bad thing at all to say about it. So
we had a.
How were the meatball sandwiches with Captain Marc?
Oh, Mama Spagnola's, old recipe. No, I'm joking. I said to him, no onions, because I got that onion thing, that
Phobia,
hatred, loathing. I said, is this Mama Spagnola's secret recipe? Whatever. He's like, yeah, it's called ragu. I said, ragu's like Italian for onion. So
it's in there.
It's in there.
We had a great time. He was just he wanted us to have this extraordinary special time, and we were just happy to be there. We're just happy to be out. We never did this, the sea duck, the ocean ducks, and you could tell he was putting a little bit more pressure on himself than he needed to. But I mean, it just, we had a blast. It was wonderful.
That's good.
The big boats, the sea duck boats, they're I don't know, how do you describe them, David? They're like, they're big tanks.
They're called a Banks boat. Like the big time brand of those. I'm not sure if Marc's is a Banks boat or not, but that's what most people refer to them. It's kind of like, not all jacuzzis or hot tubs or that thing.
Yeah.
If you go down that road, but it's kind of like there's more side than a normal boat. It's
yeah.
If you take two boats and put them on top of each other like a cheeseburger bun, and cut out a top so you could shoot from it.
Yeah,
it's kind of how it looks like.
Yeah, like if the sides are concaved, and then there's shelves on the inside, but the whole inside is just open. So 5 guys can sit in there pretty comfortably, and
got your swivel seats and you can turn around. And
so I said to Marc, I said, if a guy was inclined to empty his bilges, I didn't want to pee on the side of the boat, obviously,
right.
Trying to be respectful.
Is there like a little plank you can walk?
Where do you
stand out on the end?
Where would one go and do that? So
hypothetically,
he's like out the back, So I go out the back and I start to crawl over the back where the motor is towards the transom. And he's like, whoa, stay in the boat. Just pee out the back. There's a little pan there that just goes right into the ocean. There's a hole, couple holes.
Yeah.
And just pee in that pan. And so, don't fall in. Don't go anywhere. So his instructions weren't completely clear. So, but anyway, I ended up doing my thing.
Well, maybe he also didn't anticipate you were going to try to climb over the side of the boat.
Right.
Good point.
Right.
It's possible.
So about an hour later, which is rare for this, to happen, Phil usually beats me to the pisser
Several times.
Yeah. It was Phil's turn, and Phil's like, "Where do we pee again?" And it's just pee in the pan, in the back. So
hopefully this wasn't the pan the meatballs were in.
So I'm not, I'm not looking. Obviously, I just kind of let the guy do his thing.
Yeah.
But the way the boat is shaped, it plays into this next part of my story. I hear this deep, bassy like sound, like, and I'm like, man, does he sound big? Like, what is this guy? What is it? Holy, good for you, Buck. Yeah. Like, I can't. What the heck? I just peed back. Like
bassy.
Yeah.
It sounded all tinny when you were peeing.
There's no way in heck Dusty's leaving that dude. You know. So I look back, you know, just like in case, like, I don't know.
Old tripod Uncle Buck's almost done back there.
I look back and Mark is like looks at me like, where'd you get this guy? Phil's peeing in the bilge. Like, well, in the back, it's at the back of the boat, but like, it's like this whole, like, it's inside the boat. So he's basically peeing in the boat.
Well, yeah.
In the way the boat is shaped, like it's metal and it just echoes throughout the entire boat. And Mark's like, "You're peeing in my boat," you know, like he's like, "I can smell it." It's a formidable
asparagus for dinner last night.
It's a formidable scent.
Stings the nostrils.
Oh boy,
bless his heart.
So you know you have to laugh. I mean, like I said, like, you know, I was gonna crawl out, you know, to where the motor is and Phil pees in the boat, so we're a mess.
Somewhere in the middle is that pan you're supposed to be in.
He's definitely. Needless to say, he ran it to the car wash after we.
I bet he did.
I'm just kidding, but no, we had it. It was fun, and anytime you can hang with Phil and Captain Marc, it's gonna be a wild ride. Strap yourself in. Oh, it's magical. But we, you know, first time out, we limited out. I mean, we had plenty of opportunity and some success. You know,
that's cool.
I can't ask for any more.
A season for that's not very long, right?
No. What is that? It's going to be over soon, like next
6
week.
weeks.
They cut it down. I think it's a 90-day season now. It used to be 120 or like. Don't hold me to those numbers, but they cut it down. It's longer than regular ducks, though. You get a little bit more.
When we get arrested 2 weeks from now, we'll be like, "Well, DK said it was 90 days. I got evidence."
Play my podcast.
I think Sea Duck closes before regular ducks close in January.
Okay.
In Maryland, anyways.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys were doing some other waterfowl hunting over the last week too, weren't you?
Oh my, yeah. I was out with Catfish's crew.
I think we were just playing in the snow.
That's what it looked like.
Making snow angels.
Saw some wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the snow angels looks just like DK.
So you got to hunt with the boys, Dave?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah?
I was happy to get out with them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So I saw those pictures, and this was last Saturday, and I think it was we were supposed to get a dusting. I was going to go fishing that morning. We were supposed to get a dusting of snow, and it turned out to be like 3 or 4 inches.
Yeah,
and then and it was fairly cold too, if I remember. So the pictures I saw were you four, you know, in the
there was
layout blind.
There was 8 of us.
There was 8 of you. Gee, I didn't see all 8, but so you couple guys in the layout blind with snow on you, and it just looked it looked cold.
9. There was 9.
9.
Yeah.
Good night.
Somehow it didn't feel that cold. If it was just that we were having fun, or
That's probably it.
You know, because it was I think like 15 degrees.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was brisk that morning.
That was the day, like Stevie said, we were supposed to get less than an inch. We ended up with 3 to 4 inches, and I'm trying to keep the pan dry on my flintlock that morning. At least you guys knew your gun was going to go off if you pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
You're hoping it would cycle.
Well, how'd you
Not
guys
freeze
do?
up.
Just real quick, what I have to say about duck hunt or waterfowl hunting is like there's a lot of I want to say moving parts. Some parts are moving, some parts are stationary. But there's a lot of things that you have to be dutiful about to get all these things in line. Like your decoys, massive amounts of decoys, whether you're sea duck hunting or down in Texas or in a field near Gettysburg, having all that stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's associated with duck hunting, and
Yeah, that's one of the intimidating parts about trying to get into it.
what are you wrapped up in for? You got a lot of
Boats and guns included. I don't want to know.
boats and guns and blinds.
Yeah. Yeah, I stopped counting.
Catfish has inventions.
He has a gigantic wagon that he's got to use
He has inventions
to pull all that, right?
That he's got wheels on the wagon that don't collect mud. On super muddy.
Well, I have $300 in ammo this season.
Yeah,
Yeah. Now, I won't use all that, but
still.
yeah, with buying case, because like you just buy it by the case, you get a better deal.
Phil and I went through 2 boxes for 4 birds each.
It happens. It happens quick.
Yeah, we did a lot of missing, but
That's the fun part, though.
he's got a big old bruise on his shoulder and on him.
If you would have fired 4 shots, though, he wouldn't have felt like you were really out for
3
the day.
shots, 3.5 inch.
Yeah, if you fired 4, the game warden would call. But
3 shots.
No. If you've only shot
You meant
4 times,
4 shots total.
4
for your
shots
4
for
birds.
4 birds, that wouldn't. I mean,
Right.
that wouldn't have
what's the
felt
fun
like
in that?
Yeah, where's the fun in that? Come on.
That's why we call them volleys.
But it's a gear intensive sport. I mean,
Very much. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's crazy.
This is kind of one of Catfish's area of something he really enjoys. One of his favorite things to do, right?
It's one of the things that he's done. Like, I don't know what's another way to say it. The least. Like, he just got into it maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But he's completely submersed himself in it. Like, he's drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Like I said, him and his buddies, they have inventions for this stuff, and they'll ride or die. They'll work it, and then everything that comes around, like every time a geese come in and flare or just maybe fly for no reason, don't come in, they're blaming. What Who moved? Yeah. Who moved it? What are they doing? Who hate? They hate our. Whatever. They're just making up words now. They don't like the color of our decoys. Change the decoys. It's just like they're looking for this. These geese.
There has to be a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they just can't let Mother Nature be Mother Nature. Bless their hearts, but they kill geese.
Well, I don't know how to say it, but the neatest thing I learned with hunting with those guys, and this is primarily due to that was the first time I've ever hunted fields in the snow. But the can of Christmas snow that you use as decoration to help cover yourself up in the help camouflage your blonde with a little bit more white, I thought was a great idea.
That's ingenious.
Yeah.
Oh, and unfortunately, dude, you had to leave.
I had to leave.
Before the geese came, David Kyle had to leave. We had snow, and while it was snowing, the geese stayed on the lake. When it stopped snowing, then they all pitched up, and it was just wave after wave after thousands and thousands of geese. I've never seen that many before. I've seen lots of geese, but I haven't seen the numbers that I saw on Saturday. And I know that, if you're expecting to have 1% or, 10% of those birds drop in on you, it would be a pretty miserable day. But I mean, man, just seeing all that stuff, and they're just basically like B-24s, you know, B-19s coming over. It's crazy. I'm sorry you missed all that, but it was madness.
It happens, but
I think that's why they came, is because you left.
yeah, because I left. You know, they said, "Oh, DK has a Christmas party he has to get to in New Jersey. We'll show up afterwards."
They knew.
After Christmas.
They knew.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know, Stevie jumped on the ice right away the same day.
Yeah, that was Saturday too. Yeah, we finally got some ice here. It was crazy because, so it was Saturday that I've been watching the lake for basically all week. And Wednesday, I put my foot through the ice, you know, and it was maybe a quarter inch. It was nothing. And 3 days later on Saturday, 4 days later, you know, we were drilling holes and it was 3.5, 4 inches. So that's just how cold it's been, or how cold it was last week. But wasn't expecting much. And
you caught some nice trout though, right?
yeah, it was crazy because I was first time out of the year, you know, just nervous, you know, drilling holes, and I was staying pretty shallow, or at least, you know, closer to the. Not that it would matter. I mean, the water was over my head, you know, no matter what. But for whatever reason, being 30 yards closer to the bank, you know, it made me feel better. But so I was. You know,
I understand it.
Yeah. So it took me probably 2 hours to work my way out into the middle of the lake, into the deepest part, which is still only like 12 feet before I started catching anything. But once I found them, it was I caught the trout limit and then was getting into a bunch of small perch for a while until Will showed up, and then it pretty well shut off.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Stevie, we were supposed to goose hunt in the morning and then ice fish with catfish in the afternoon.
Yeah, on his lake.
And so Stevie's like, you know, I'm going ice fishing. I'm going to check, you know, the lake near
I had
him.
in my mind I was going to fish that day. No matter if I had to drive to Aaron Oll's place and, you know, wherever, I'm ice fishing on Saturday. So
he's like, full report, you know, stay tuned. And I'm like,
I was waiting for that.
yeah. I'm like,
I
cool.
was busy fishing.
I can't wait, you know. Like I'll just I'll join him wherever, you know, and I just let me know if the ice is ready. Basically, I'm waiting and I'm hanging out with Catfish, and I'm like, I'm really getting tired because I was up pretty early to go goose hunting.
Yeah,
and I called. I'm like, I gotta go, bud. Catfish, and left his place. Gave Stevie a call. Hey, what's going on? What about that ice? You know, what's happening? Oh, I've been fishing all day. I'm ripping them out Kajewski style. What? I thought you were going to call. Oh, my bad, bud. My bad.
yeah. I'm sorry.
So I'm going to come over.
I couldn't dial the phone and reel at the same time.
I was running the deeper, you know, so I didn't want to. I didn't want to
waste the battery on
a phone call when I could be using
understand that.
No, I guess.
my deeper, you know how it is.
I guess. So I'm like, I'm coming over. Oh, but I mean, it's only going to be like a half hour, 45 minutes of daylight. You're never going to make it. I'm like, watch me, you know.
Yeah.
So I, you know, wasn't terribly. I mean, wasn't terribly long till I got there, and I did. We had a half hour till till dark.
You caught a couple perch.
Yeah. It was first fish through the ice of the year. But you know, Stevie had the holes drilled, so I didn't have to waste any time.
No, that was a fun. There weren't many people out that day. There was one other guy that when I got there, so I felt a little bit safer. And I told my wife, I'll see if somebody else is there. Then that way, you know, if I fall in, there's somebody 300 yards away will see me and come running and save me.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Wasn't there a guy?" Nah, I don't see him.
But
He must have went back to his car.
yeah, just
We sure are catching a lot more fish up our way.
There's just that first initial trip every year. It's really strange, because I fish that lake, I don't know, 50, 60 days a year. So you're not used to being on top of the water. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to it. I went back yesterday and, walk right out on it. It's no big deal after that first time. But
You think we're going to hold some ice for a little bit longer?
well, it was
With the forecast?
it was 5 inches yesterday, and it's only, I think
You're gonna get 2 inches out of the day tomorrow.
it's really
Tomorrow's high
strange because
is like 12.
it's most days it'll make about, when it first starts out, it makes between 3/4 and an inch of ice a day when it's really cold like this. But then it seems like as the ice, and it may just be me, but as the ice gets thicker, that rate slows down. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
If we get a couple, shots of snow, it's gonna, that's gonna freeze.
Yeah. So, but no, I think it's only supposed to be, as long as you keep having these cold nights, and it's really not, when the forecast says it's going to be, 37 degrees, it's only 37 degrees for 2 hours or something like that.
There's only 2 days in the 10-day forecast above freezing.
Yeah. So there we go. So I think we're good.
Well, I'm actually considering not going deer hunting to ice fish.
Really?
So,
Well,
yeah.
I wouldn't argue against that. That's just
Okay.
me. Yeah.
I'll give you some company then.
Yeah. Yeah. You should. I'm going to hit the other lake this weekend, I think.
This will be my first season, so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's fun.
You never ice fished.
Never.
David Kyle, Renaissance man.
We got him on something.
You found one.
Renders deer fat.
Finally. Jeez.
Yeah.
You do any trapping, DK?
No, you got
Sweet.
two.
I'm gonna teach you
There
on
we
that.
go. There we
You guys
go.
are cutting me down today.
I'm gonna learn you.
But no, you'll love it.
We're having world famous Pennsylvania trapper Aaron Ole set all our traps.
I can run a chipmunk trap pretty good.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we've
Just saying.
heard. So
Now I trapped 3 groundhogs this summer in my backyard. Just saying.
That was one of those have a heart traps, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
Well, go on,
once I got out of the town, it wasn't have a heart anymore.
Yeah.
They were not eating any more tomatoes in my
weren't.
backyard.
You were like, goodbye, my love.
So Ryan, you said you got out on Saturday.
Go see your shadow.
Oh, that ain't right.
As a tear comes.
I think it's meet your shadow, but
But yes, I did. I got out on Saturday as well in that snow, trying to keep the flintlock dry. Was virtually impossible.
Impossible.
I think I went through about 3 pounds of 4F powder.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, every time I looked down and just checked it, and I have a little leather flap thing that folds over top of it. But every time I checked,
what are those called? Like there's an old timer I'd always call it, and I can't think of what that's called. Like a cow's tongue or something.
no, cow's knee is
knee.
but that's a very specialized piece. Like that's a leather piece that was formed specifically for your gun, and that's shaped just like the lock. Mine's literally like a piece of tanned, like suede-y material that I cut.
Okay.
I cut a little strip off the end of each side so I could tie it off.
Okay.
And I just flop this leather over top of it. But
Off
yeah,
your wife's
a cow's
jacket.
knee would be what you would want to purchase if you're going to buy one. But being the Renaissance man you are, you'll probably do something like I have.
He'll make a cow out of a cow's knee.
Excuse me. Can I borrow your knee?
I'm going to need this for a moment. But yeah, I couldn't keep the powder dry. And the fact of the matter was, I got called from a guy I went to high school with. A big group of guys getting together. They're going to put on some drives. I'm like, sweet. I'm going to see some deer.
Flintlock Barry. Flintlock Fred.
Yeah. Well, turned out to be, damn near 20 guys showed up. and we're going to be putting on drives all day. So 20 guys. I think we spent about 7 hours.
You're going to see something, right?
There was 4 deer seen. One of them was the first drive. There was a 4-point that came out and stood in front of somebody. And then the rest of the deer that were seen were busting out the sides of the drive. They were over 100 yards away and moving. I didn't see a deer all day. I'll bet you, and without exaggerating, I put 15 miles on my boots.
No kidding.
My feet hurt.
I bet.
That's why I
New
got
ones.
done.
Jeez.
I was a tired, seepy little boy.
That's a year's worth.
Yeah.
To see nothing.
Yeah.
Now, good news was I didn't get cold at all.
You're moving
I was in
so
good
much.
shape.
Yeah.
Like, I was sweating. Everything was good. Gun wouldn't have went off if I did see one, but it didn't matter because I didn't see one.
That's incredible.
But it was a beautiful day out, and I finally got to take the GoPro out. Got a little bit of footage, which I'm looking forward
Did
to
you?
going through. Beautiful seeing the snowflakes fall. You won't see any deer running in the background, but
You know what you do with that GoPro footage?
superimpose a deer running through it.
You just take the SD card out and hand it to Will
Okay.
and say, here, go through this.
Make-
See if there's anything.
Make something out of this.
See if there's anything good in there.
You should learn. It's something that you can do. It's
Yeah, or
within
you
your-
could do it my way, and or you could learn it yourself.
If
Whatever.
you did it Stevie's way, you just ignore the fact that you have a GoPro.
No, I did actually. I took it with me yesterday and set it up while I was ice fishing, but it like fell over, and I thought,
I'm busy fishing.
yeah, I got.
I was running 3 of them today. Come on, guys.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I got to get something to stand it up on the ice. I guess I need one of those little tripod
ice
gizmos.
stands.
An ice stand. Yeah. A
Mailbox.
mailbox. Yeah.
Yeah, you should put one on like your tip up or something.
Oh. Yeah, I'll end up losing that GoPro.
They're waterproof.
Do they float? I don't think so.
I think you can buy one, a back.
If you get the floaty back,
A floaty back. That sounds expensive. So we've had a lot going on this week.
Oh my
right?
Been
gosh.
busy.
Sea ducks, geese, whatever. David Kyle's hunting down there.
Redheads.
Redheads,
You were talking with Aaron,
flintlock.
you were talking with Aaron Hole this week.
We've been talking with Aaron all this week.
Trying
Yeah.
to get him on the
Yeah, hopefully-
Sonic Campfire.
Hopefully we can talk with him about some trapping that he's doing.
Catfish is pulling perch 100 at a time
How
out of his lake.
feeling good.
Sending pictures deeper. I mean, that was impressive.
I'm feeling good.
those were big perch too.
Yeah.
Slabs.
I caught, 3 trout and 8 or 9 perch, and I'm walking out off the lake there for like, yeah, man, I
meat
got
missiles.
this now.
And Catfish says,
Yeah.
"Hey Stevie, how's your June bug?"
Yeah.
this?
And
Steve
he's texting
Can I
me.
borrow your bait?
Yeah, he's texting me on Monday. Look what we got. I got one with a picture with 150 of them too. You got to be kidding me, dude. Like, and they're not. I mean, they're the size of the bass I catch in the summer. These perch, but yeah,
That should be a good fish fry though.
I'll tell you, I bet that was some work, but it's worth it.
He's an animal.
He is.
I couldn't get out. I had stuff to do. I definitely had the invite for that and had the inside track, but I couldn't make it happen.
Yeah,
You win some and you lose some.
you sure do.
I seem to mostly lose them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to work on that.
Phil called and just prior to that, he says, "Oh man, I can't wait to fish. We're going to be fishing. It's going to be so good. To be on the ice and PA. We don't get a lot of days like this, and the ice is so precious. We have to jump on it. Strike while the iron's hot. And absolutely can't miss this opportunity." And that's all we talked about on Friday about going fishing and ice fishing. And he hasn't been ice fishing in years.
Yeah.
Saturday morning, he calls me up and is like, I can't go, bud.
Yeah,
Nothing's set in stone with that boy.
he was giving it to me because I talked to him the day before we were supposed to go with Catfish. I can't go. We got family in town for the holidays. I just can't do it. And same thing. He's letting me have it. And
Come on,
I found
Stevie.
out the next day I couldn't make it. Bless his heart.
Yeah. Set your clock by him.
Yeah.
Life happens and stuff like that. I
Yeah.
mean, it's no big deal, but he definitely made it up for it on Wednesday. He had, at the docks, he had so much fun. What do we got going on for next week? Anything cool?
Next week,
Yeah.
I got some super cool stuff.
What?
I'm heading to Indianapolis.
What?
What's out there?
The
Hey.
races.
Not
It's
the
a
speedway.
little cold for racing, guys.
Well, we're doing man things in Indianapolis.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
The ATA.
nice.
Show season.
It's starting, huh?
It is upon us.
Yeah.
Is that the Amateur Tiddlywinks Association?
No,
Oh.
no, DK doesn't.
What David
No,
wants,
you know
he
why
wants
you'll be in Spring Grove.
How much is that membership?
Amateur tiddlywink.
The ATA.
Oh my.
The Archery Trade Association show.
Nice.
And
It's
I've
the biggest archery show in the country.
and it is a
Who's who of
trade
the
show.
industry?
It's an industry show,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It isn't like we've got the Great American Outdoor Show here in Harrisburg. That's the largest consumer outdoor show
Yeah.
on the East Coast. But this is a trade show
This is
where
business to
you're talking
business, right?
industry folks, and a lot of business gets done and networking, and it's gonna be good. I've had the opportunity to go a couple of times
Have
with
you?
some of the archery shops I worked at, but never was able to pull the trigger.
He called
And,
him like the day of and said, "Oh, guys, I can't make it."
yeah, I couldn't make it. My knee hurt the one time. I wasn't able to go.
That happens.
But now I'm actually I'm going to make it happen.
Cool.
We're going to get out there and do some great things.
Anybody else going?
Catfish and Will.
Sweet.
It's going to be a good
Well, I'm
trip.
excited to see what you guys do out there.
Yeah, what are you guys planning on doing?
It's something that there's definitely business to be done. So like you got to go kind of play the game and be about it. But for us as a podcast, everybody's going to be there. So it's a time for us to kind of book, work on our show schedule.
Yeah.
Spring, fall, summer,
Some ideas of folks we need to talk to. I'm not opposed to the idea of, I know it's not Texas, but I'll look for some redheads,
Right,
do
right.
that.
see if we can find them.
It's Indianapolis.
So are you guys going to keep us posted while you're out there on what's going on?
Yeah, there's always that X factor, that unknown. So like last year, we ran into Randy Stoppenhagen, big fan of the show. And
Super guy.
Super guy.
Oh, yeah.
So you never know. You just never know what's going to...
We're looking for the next Randy.
Yeah, the more available you are, the more open you are, I think you just maximize your time, basically. It's a whirlwind. It's hard. It's a grind.
We'll be out there kissing hands and shaking babies.
Yeah.
You'll be putting out the
Right
vibe.
on.
Putting out the vibes.
Yeah.
Catfish and Ryan with their super bright tuxedos.
Did you get a tux, bud?
Yeah.
Did you get
The
like
baby blue one.
The baby blue.
Catfish has the hunter
Top hat and
fluorescent.
tails. And the cane.
Oh, nice. What do they call those puffy shirts with the
It's a puffy shirt.
puffy shirt?
Yeah.
You get one of
Frilly
them.
shirt.
It's got, with the frilly stuff.
Chantilly
And I
lace.
went with the cummerbund
Oh, nice.
instead of the vest.
That's the way to do it.
oh, yeah.
I've always been a cummerbund fan.
I've heard that about you.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll take that over a vest any day.
Professor Cumberbund. That's going to be the big thing. Is just kind of being available and making the rounds.
Well, keep us posted, will you, while you're out there?
We'll do a lot of the Facebook story. Try to do some Facebook lives. I don't know how much if a podcast breaks out, we're not going to say no.
Yeah.
You're taking our road
Maybe, probably.
road equipment, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
If a podcast breaks out, we won't say no.
We are a podcast, right? So you know, it
But
would not be a bad idea to podcast.
we're not going to push it. Like let's we need to be talking,
Yeah.
and meeting people, and we'll do, like I said,
Yeah, keep us posted. Like, I'm not going. It's going to drive me up the wall while you guys are there. Like every 20 minutes, we need some kind of update or something like that.
Yeah, it'll be like you're sitting in Pennsylvania while the three of us would be down in Florida fishing or something.
Oh,
It's
that'd
terrible.
be terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Glad that never happened.
hopefully you catch the biggest fish of your life to offset the pain of us being
Yeah,
out.
Stevie, we'll have to find something fun to do without them.
Yeah, we can arrange that.
Good luck.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's cool. I'm glad you guys are making it out there.
Are you guys going to try and podcast without us?
We already got it worked out.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Just leave your door unlocked.
You got it. Oh, no, that'll be good.
Cool. Cool.
Keep us posted.
Don't worry about
it. That'll be fun. It'll be a big week. And are you fishing Saturday?
What kind of question is that?
Might as well ask the man if he's going to be breathing.
Are you breathing this weekend?
Yeah, probably Sunday afternoon. I'm hoping to. It depends on how windy it is. If it's too windy Saturday, I'm not gonna.
You're not going to fish without a Frable?
I'm not gonna fish without a clam spiked down.
Homemade?
Yeah, no, but I don't think it's supposed to be windy on Sunday, so probably sometime Sunday afternoon. But yeah, that's the plan anyhow.
I don't have anything solid for this week. I don't. As far as I planning on getting out, I just don't know what I'm going to do, whether it's fishing or hunting.
It's gonna be too windy to hunt.
Everything's going to be rough between now and Sunday. You're talking single digits for temperatures and double digits for wind. It's going to be difficult. I want to go flintlock hunting on Saturday, but when the high is supposed to be in the teens with 20-some mile-an-hour winds, I can't justify it.
Yeah,
it's on.
Ain't no deer worth it. I'll be like, you know what? If I don't go,
game on.
That deer will be bigger next year. I'll get him in.
I guess.
I'll get him in early October when
There
it's
you go.
65 degrees.
That's one way to look at it.
Uncle Buck likes the deer when it's in the colder temperatures.
I hear they're
They
sweeter.
taste better. They're sweeter.
The meat's firmer.
Or is that parrot chicken? I can't remember.
No, that's deer.
You got to get them after a good hard frost.
Yeah. That makes sense. DK,
And-
what's the rest of your week look like?
Some hunting and a flight back to Chile, Pennsylvania.
That's pretty vague. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Duck hunting morning, and then duck hunting in the evening on Saturday, and then fly back Sunday. And probably not too much during the week coming up after that.
Gotcha.
So unless I get an invite to go ice fishing after work with Stevie, you never know.
We'll work it out.
You're going to catch a muskie.
We're not going to catch no muskie.
Not with an attitude like that.
Although, I don't know. We might be able to ice fish on the river. It's pretty rough looking out there.
I heard a news report this morning
If
that
you
there
have
was
a-
some announcement by the governor's office. You're supposed to stay off the river.
Oh, I don't know if that's like mandatory.
Nah, it's more of a suggestion.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear it, so I don't know if that applies to people that don't.
That didn't hear it?
That didn't hear it.
It clearly does not apply
clearly
to anyone who
doesn't.
didn't hear it.
If you don't know, yeah.
If you go with Phil, you'll have some warm water discharge. I can guarantee it.
Poor guy's not here to defend himself.
Nah, that's why I'm rolling.
Best
Yeah.
time to do it.
Tell me about it.
I hit him when he's down. I wish yeah. Well, I wish everybody luck. It's going to be, stay warm and bundle up. The hard part about this time of year is literally, what is the least amount of layers you can get away with without being functional, without looking like Ralphie's little brother.
Yeah.
But you also have to consider what you're doing at the same time. Like, are you going to overheat yourself because you have to exert some effort, whether it's putting out decoys or getting to the spot you want to sit with the flintlock, or dragging a sled and your mailbox shaped ice shanty out.
Yeah.
There's times that you're going to get warm.
Yeah.
I prepare for it. That's why I always say wool. Wool is the best.
We ran into Jeff Coates before we went duck hunting.
Was he thinking of you? He was?
Pit boss. And
Sorry.
we ran right into him. He was fueling up. I went over and said hi and met him for the first time, not on the podcast. He's standing in his Drake pullover, sweatpants and flip-flops.
Oh, my.
It's like single digits.
Oh, boy.
I think he wears flip-flops all winter long.
I'm pretty sure he's a hardy dude.
Yeah.
Hardy dude.
Yeah.
Mark had 5 layers on, something like that.
Yeah. I bet.
But yeah, it's just that balance. How do you stay functional and warm?
There's a whole show you could do about that, I'm sure.
Well, you would extract it from me.
We'll make 2 shows out of it.
I like it. I like this in the current thing, boys.
Yeah. I like it too. It's laid back and fun.
It's chill.
That's how we are, though.
Laid back and fun.
Laid back and fun.
If I had to describe us in 3 words, that would be it.
Said no one
4
ever.
words.
I don't
Laid
know why
back
I'm saying that.
is hyphenated.
Laid back.
Oh, sorry.
That's what you do in the goose field.
Lay back and
Chill.
Try and stay fun.
Hey, David Kyle,
Yeah.
where can they find us?
You can find us at rightandriverpursuits.com, R2 Pursuit for Instagram and Twitter, Right and River Pursuits podcast on YouTube and Facebook.
Awesome.
Follow us and like us individually. Comment, interact with us. We'd be happy to
That's the big
happy to
thing.
talk back with you.
The interactions. It's picking up, and I'm liking it.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Bud, you have a safe flight back?
Will do.
Shoot some more, though, while you're down there.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Attaboy.
Cool.
Go tell Casey Bones we all said hi.
Yeah, Tower.
Will do.
See, send us more pictures of those Texas redheads.
Yeah.
I'll try my best.
All right.
Guys, good luck at ATA. Be
Thank you.
safe.
Peace.
See you guys.
See ya.
You're out in the parking lot right now?
Yes.
Okay, what I want you to do is yell, "The stars at night are big."
Where? Deep in the heart?
Deep in the heart of Texas. I just want to see if anybody would do it.
Yeah.
Ring and wait.